with Nesi Carpelan, Kuopio Steelers head coach. Nesi, welcome to the podcast, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
It's good to have you, man. First of all, we're just gonna get right into the questions. First question, easiest question. Why now? What's your reasoning? Tell us. We want to know.
I think we had a great time and great run at Kotka, but like then things changed a little bit after the Maple season, and like I think it's common knowledge that I wasn't on board going to Maple. The team still wanted to go there. We came back a year after that, and we had a pretty good run, but it was like a big struggle. We were the whole winter was not enough guys in practice and all that, and just felt like climbing an uphill all the time. But at the same time, I was still after the season ended, I was sure I'm going to still be at Kotka, and I was really hoping that they can get a team together also without me. But then I got contacted by the Steelers, and I have to mention that I did get contact from other Maple teams also, but then I said like no, no, thank you, not this year. But when I got a call from Kuopio, I started thinking that, well, I'm like voluntarily not working at the moment, like on my own choice, and the situation in my private life is that I can move to Kuopio. So I started thinking that actually it's like almost now or never. Well, maybe not never, but like it was just the perfect timing for them to contact me, and that's how it started.
Well, that's awesome, man. I'm glad it's working out for you, and I think it's gonna go well. But again, we will see, right?
Yes, definitely. It's not going to be an easy task. There's plenty of good teams in the Maple this upcoming season. So of course we are hoping and trusting that everything will go well, but it's of course not going to be easy.
Yeah. So if we the team, obviously it's kind of like a new team this year. Obviously, there's some players and some personnel back from last year, but going into this season, you're trying to get accomplished with that team. Like what is a philosophy type goal that you're trying to get accomplished with this new squad and this new.
Yeah, you're definitely right that there's been a lot of changes in the team, but like the background of the team is quite similar, the organization and all that. Player wise, there has been a lot of changes. I was actually watching last year's season opener against the Roosters, and when they put the roster, I mean the starting lineup to Ruutu, I noticed like, oh, okay, so there is one guy uh, actually from the previous year's starters in defense, like only like Lars Steffen is the same guy, and pretty much everybody else who were starting last year are different guys. So yes, there has been a lot of changes, but I still feel that we have a really good team still. My philosophy, I'm trying to be same coach, same person I've been so far, and it's been helping to have like a really good atmosphere that people like to come to practices and like how would I put it in words? Like I like to take football really seriously, but at the same time, I'm hoping and expecting that people are enjoying themselves by doing all the hard work. So that's maybe one of my like philosophies that I'm trying to bring to Steelers, that will enjoy all the work, enjoy all the dark off-season hours, and have a good team spirit. And I'm hoping that that will carry us forward.
That's awesome. You mentioned while you were talking there, the one person coming back from defense, and there's a lot of changeover personnel wise. The next question I have for you is, who are some of the players that we should kind of be Kuopio this season that maybe we don't know or are going to be there or didn't know are going to be key contributors for you?
Well, I mean, I'm sure people who follow Maple they know a couple of our good signings. One who would I like mention where we have Akseli Syrjänen for the defense, and then we have a couple guys who were like bubbling under last year, like cornerbacks Kosti Hotti, Onni Kärki. They will have a bigger role this year and are definitely competing to be the starters on the team. So they were there also last year. Um, but then in offense, we have Otto Mäkinen from Seinäjoki national team center. Then we have the running backs. We have Isaac Marshall, Marnol Raudfer, who played with me at Kotka last year. Then at least one name that I'm expecting to be known after this season is offensive tackle Veeti Kuusela. I'm sure nobody knows his name because he's mainly been playing in first division, but he's been like dominating first division. So I'm expecting him to do also good in Maple, even though of course I understand that the caliber he'll be facing is now different. But I'm confident that Veeti will also be a good player in Maple. Then, of course, we have signed at the moment 4 imports, and I'm very happy about every signing so far. So we have a quarterback, Josh Taylor, and his college receiver, Austin Brock. Uh, Very like talented guys and like perfect guys to be around in like out of the field also. So they are bringing good energy to the team. And then our defensive imports are arriving pretty soon. Carlton Marshall, if I pronounce his name right, he was a standout in Troy University. Like we published, he is the all-time leading tackler in the NCAA college level. So that's a like amazing accomplishment. And then of course my old friend Jamarcus Henderson, who played with Kotka 2022 and last year with the Vienna Vikings. So he's coming also, and I'm excited to see what he can like show us when his supporting cast around him is a little bit deeper than it was at Kotka. Kotka, and I'm sure I'm forgetting many names, but like those came to my mind from my top of my head. So at least those guys,
Still a good
and then
list.
I mean the receiver group has also changed a lot, but there's a lot of guys who have been in a smaller role so far, like Nicolas Kuikka. He saw some playing time, but was not a starter at least like constantly. And of course Noah Choate is really good receiver. And from the Choate brothers, we also have now Noah's little brother Jona Choate, who will be playing DB for us. So even though the team has changed a lot, but I feel that we have been able to like replace the guys we lost with quality players. So I'm happy about that.
It sounds like a lot, and like you're on top of it also. So that's what's really good. It's not a lot of random changes, a lot of strategic moves, and you're moving up players. Named a lot of young players. A lot of those guys you named, the Choate brothers, uh, Koti Hosty and Oni, they've been there for a while. To see the linemen that you talked about with Vetti, because
Yeah,
I'm always interested to see good linemen play in the Maple League.
yeah.
So I'll definitely. But it sounds like you have everything under control, man. Last question I'm gonna ask before I let you get out of here is going into the season. Obviously excited in the Maple League. And this season of all seasons, there's a lot of change. We've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's up for this year. Out of any years that I've been here, this is the closest the competition has been. Like 1 through 7, it could go any way. A lot of teams are very close, talent, skill level, and everything. What are you most excited about the 2024 season in the Maple League?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think you put it in the words, like I think there is many teams that can make the playoffs this year, and it's gonna be a very competitive league. And of course, we are starting the season against UNC, and it's really hard to like tell what kind of team we are going to be facing, like who's going to be there in their final roster and all that. And so I'm excited about the season, and at same time, of course, I'm really nervous about the season. I It would be like maybe not as exciting, but much more like calming if I know like, okay, these teams are not going to be that good this year and will definitely do good. But there is a lot of good teams, and we'll have to fight for every win in this league. So maybe a boring answer, but I would just say that I'm excited to see good football and really like close games, and of course hoping really much that we'll end up winning those close games and having a good regular season, and after regular season try to make the playoffs, and when we are in the playoffs hopefully win every game after that.
All right, that's not a boring answer at all. That's about as much as you could hope for, Nessie. I appreciate you answering my questions, coming on the podcast, and wish you and the Steelers good luck in this upcoming season.
Thank you very much. This was nice to talk about football, so thank you.